dang, this thing's starting to bug me. Anyhow, I wanted to come to you today and talk to you about relationships inside the office, personal to professional, and how you shouldn't cross a line, but I'm going to coin a term, personally professional. And personally professional is a way to understand your people and to get them to know you care, but simultaneously not crossing a line. Them not crossing a line, taking advantage of this relationship, or you taking advantage of a relationship with subordinates you have. So I think it's critically important. If you would have asked me 20, 30 years ago about, kind of this subject, I was a believer that leaders should keep their distance away from young men and young women. I remember watching one of my peers. We were in charge of about 8, 9 people at the time that were underneath us, and he was very, very personal, to the point that he used to go out with them in the evening. He spent a lot of time on the weekends, and boy, I just thought that was wrong. Now, in hindsight being 2020 and years later, what I'll tell you is my buddy Paul Slayton was on the mark. All right, he was, and I was wrong. Part of maturity is, I don't think you need these huge lines being drawn. By the way, I'm getting a bite right now, so if I catch something, I'll reel it in. I don't think it's about about keeping your distance. I think it's, as you're building that cohesive team. My goodness, man, that bass just ran with oh my gosh, man, how did I miss that? That's because I'm talking to you folks, and I love you, and there's no other way to say I love you than to say I just missed a big-ass bass who probably took my worm because I was sitting here talking to you. Anyhow, I thought Paul was right or wrong, and years later, man, Paul was absolutely correct in his approach, and I wish I would have been a little bit more mature when I was younger and built that team correctly. I'm kind of embarrassed the way that I did it, hindsight being 2020. So anyhow, just thought I would bring that senior to subordinate relationships when you're building the team. How do you do it more effectively? And how do you be personally professional? All right, let's remember that. Personally professional. And build those teams and let people know about that you care about them and their families. Hey, next time I'm not going to miss that fish. God bless you, and I'll talk to you next week.